Democrats were amassing their troops, amassing the squad on Blue Sky to make their next internet siege, so to speak. But oh, how that delusion fell apart so quickly. Rob Reiner heads over to Blue Sky only to get ratioed and trolled into oblivion on literally anything he posts. And so it all fell apart so quickly. Rob Reiner posts on Blue Sky on the 20th of November, "This platform is vile, racist, and evil. It did not take long for the MAGA scum to come spread their lies." And this post, as you can see, had 134 likes with 270 replies. Yeah, in other words, Rob Reiner claims that all the people around him are vile MAGA scum that are racist and evil, but what that literally means is, just generic people who disagree with him and are obviously poking fun at the fact that Democrats are trying to metaphorically move to Canada online by fleeing over to Blue Sky. Oh, everyone around me is a literal Nazi. MAGA delirium. But I think what a lot of these Democrats are now realizing with their constant rush to other platforms is that every time there happens to be fewer and fewer of them. This is kind of what I was alluding to earlier when I was suggesting that Rob Reiner had essentially deluded himself into thinking that there was this big mob of hashtag resistors ready to go congregate at Blue Sky. Yeah, people participating in those kinds of behaviors these days kind of don't really exist. At least there's not too many of them left. And so Rob Reiner, along with many of his Democrat comrades, I guess are now learning that they are the political minority. There's probably more MAGA folk on Blue Sky than there are leftoids. And I don't think Rob Reiner is taking this news so well. Very quickly after this post on the 22nd of November, Rob Reiner's Blue Sky account disappears. Account has been suspended. Whoa, I wonder what Rob Reiner did. But anyways, poof, just like that, Rob Reiner's gone on Blue Sky. And then roughly a week later, mega genius resistance freedom fighter Rob Reiner deletes his Twitter account. Womp womp womp. Oh no, what are we ever gonna do? They're just losing, folks. There's no other way to say it. The flash spell of anti-Trump hysteria has been lifted. Nobody's chomping at the bit, waiting for the latest Rob Reiner take or the latest Keith Olbermann take. And actually, really, to put that into perspective, let's just highlight Rob Reiner's last post on Twitter before he decided to remove himself from the room. His post read, let's cue the dramatic voice, of course, always necessary for any Rob Reiner tweet. "Now that America has elected a convicted felon with authoritarian proclivities, I feel that democracy's return won't be anytime soon." Right, of course, as you know, democracy is this phenomenon that appears and disappears depending on whether a Republican or Democrat is in office. Joe Biden's in office, democracy. Donald Trump gets democratically elected, the death of democracy. But anyways, he continues, "The long-term solutions are daunting. Democrats need to readopt the 50-state strategy. And most importantly, a competitive information distribution system must be built to combat the massive disinformation currently being fed to the American people." Oh my, I mean, the delusion is just insane. I wonder why people are not sitting at the edge of their seat waiting to be notified on all devices that Rob Reiner has tweeted. Yeah, Democrats really need to build a information system. Give me a friggin' break. They control the media, all of journalism, all the fact-checking organizations, most of the talk shows, all the movies that push the message, all the late-night shows, yada yada yada. Not to mention they spent $1.5 billion on the whole thing, essentially an information campaign, although I'd argue it was more of a disinformation campaign. Essentially, that's exactly what they did. But no, of course not. The Democrats lost because they couldn't keep up with the disinformation coming from the right. That is so out of this world, it's not even funny. People are tuning this nonsense out. This kind of thing.
You got to get ready for what's coming. But trying to stay on the happy side of life and not, obsess on that either. But it's hard to avoid it when it's so blatantly obvious when you look at the parallels that we have been here before as a world. When democracy falls, fascism takes its place, right? Capitalism. And it's come. And people, I think, are in for a shock. That's what I think. Hold please, so I can get out of this. Hold please.
Yup, basically the same kind of narrative. The democracy switch has been switched to No democracy. The sky's falling, everything's automatically going to hell in a handbasket, even though the exact opposite is what's actually happening. The stock market just recorded its best month this year in the wake of Trump's landslide victory. And then let's juxtapose that headline with this one that reads, "Breaking, there's been a 1,500% increase, or rather surge in Americans looking to move abroad after Trump's election victory." Yeah, pretty much self-explanatory, right? Democracy is gone the moment a Republican is elected. The stock market surging is a fantastic thing when Joe Biden's president, but then when it happens on Donald Trump's behalf, oh, the stock market only benefits rich people. They've tanked their reputations so badly that nothing needs to be done. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about cancel culture and the deplatforming of people and how the right doesn't really engage in that sort of behavior, and it's like, you don't really need to. Just win on the ideas and the Democrats deplatform themselves. And so I guess that's the end of Rob Reiner's little political adventure here. It was certainly fun while it lasted, but all good things must come to an end. In the eyes of an angel. Rob Reiner's career is over, and I guess that's a wrap. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching.